Hey everybody, and welcome to another show. You caught us holding our breaths because we couldn't stop laughing just before we started. Especially Mr. Fernando downstairs. That sounded wrong, but yes, how is everybody? Yes, we're winding Fernando up with a bit of
sexy talk.
Hey, it's a great way to start off a Friday morning.
Are you gonna do sexy talk, or is it more like,
"Hey, you wanna play a game?"
That's just creepy, man. That's just creepy. So tonight we're talking about, and Jeremy seems to think he doesn't have much experience in this, but I'm pretty sure he does. Funny experiences that have happened while out investigating the paranormal. And Fernando and I were actually having a chat before Jeremy came in, and there's quite a few of them out there, so I think...
having a funny experience while being out on a hunt, or an investigation, I should say, and being the funny experience are two different things.
For sure.
Yeah?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're the clown or
that's me.
I definitely see you like that. Yeah.
And I'm put my hand up. I'm the one that's actually not allowed to be paired up with some people by myself because pants can come off. Look, Gary, if you find the actual...
Don't bring me into this conversation. Don't bring me into it.
No, the power station. For the photos.
Oh, yes, we have...
my ankles with my jocks on.
We have photographic proof.
By all means,
yes,
put it up there.
we have photographic proof.
Guys, that sounded so crazy. So there's a picture out there roaming in the ether with Jeremy during a paranormal investigation and his.
No, actually, that was a Friday night. No, that was a Saturday night, and it was for photos.
Yeah, it was a team photo shoot down at the power station that we were just talking. Yeah, the power station that we were just talking about not long ago.
The one with the murders.
Yes, 4 murders. 10 or 11 suicides, and at least one flasher that we know of.
I had jocks on.
I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to continue that story. How did you end up being a flasher in a?
It wasn't a flasher. Oh no.
Oh, you wasn't.
I we're literally taking photos, and I went. They said, "Oh, funny photo times." I pull my pants down.
Yeah, everybody else is pulling funny faces, and Jeremy pulled something else out.
No, I didn't pull anything out. They just stayed in my underwear.
Yes, he did.
Oh my God.
Right. It's not big.
Oh, God.
Really?
Man, I'm a bit concerned about that bloody look on Fernando's face then when he went, really? You know, eyes open.
Really?
Yeah. So
we're not far along into this video. We're not far long enough into this video to say what I'm going to say. So I'm not.
No, we're going to get banned already. But Fernando, do you want to start off with one of your amusing moments?
Oh man, how I was saying earlier, you know, I guess a lot of the funny situations going on aside from probably pranks, you know, because sometimes when you're out in the field, you know, when things starts happening, when activity starts picking up, you know, everybody's just so tense and, you know, ready to just book it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's always good to have at least that one person, you know, especially like Jeremy on the team, and to do something.
Things are tense. Flash me
everybody. Pants. Yeah, for sure. So, you know.
Sorry. No, I didn't do anything inappropriate this time.
I don't know.
I was adjusting my seat.
I don't know, because if somebody goes like this, you know.
Oh, I pooed.
Oh man, so let me see. You know, because we just thought about this subject. You know, there's this.
Stop giving away our secrets.
Probably like 5 minutes ago, so I have to go like. Let's do it. Okay, let's wing it. So, the earliest, I would have to say, damn, a lot of the investigations, the funny moments has to do with farts, how I mentioned earlier.
Always.
So tell me how.
Never too old for a fart joke.
And I actually have it on video, on audio, and if you could see the reaction on the person's face, it's probably on photo too. So we were in an undisclosed location.
Fernando's back
There was 3 of us in the hallway, and we were asking questions, and somebody said, "Can you make a noise to let us know you're here?" And someone just ripped up, like, just opened the space of air within that hallway.
Created a portal.
It came from the portal.
It was like really loud, and it was just right on point. Can you make a noise? And the joke is never eat Taco Bell after investigation.
So it's definitely Fernando that did it then.
No.
He was saying that you don't mind Taco Bell, and that wasn't
unfortunately
from standpoint.
Unfortunately, the person that opened smoke in the air wasn't even a male.
Nice.
So cool person. Much love. Just in case.
There's nothing bad against them. Farts are great.
Farts are the best. Farts are the best.
Actually, let's be honest. I've probably hidden in the tunnel a few times. When they're not looking, and you kind of make your way back from one of the locations we go, and they've got side ports. It used to be a rail tunnel.
Yeah.
So they've got side spots where you can run in. So you hop in that area, and you wait for people to walk past, jump out them, or fart, or make a noise or something, and they're like, "Oh, that's where you went."
It's very relieving. Very relieving.
Look, I'm yet to actually try and fit. There's actually like a steel door cabinet into this rock wall.
There is, yes.
Not quite deep enough for me to fit in there, but I'm aiming to fit in there at some stage. Because no one was going to look there, really.
It's you got to step up into that as well, because the bottom of it's pretty high off the ground.
Are you saying that I'm not fit enough to do it?
Not saying that at all. I'm just worried about if you're talking about farts, you might actually shit yourself trying to climb into it.
Well, goodbye socks.
But also in there as well, it would make a hell of an echo.
Oh, it would it not? It does. Look, this is an old rail tunnel that they were using to transport coal, I think it was.
Oh, there's lots of stuff, yeah.
The echo that you get through that tunnel is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The acoustics are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you give it a good wind up and a push, they're going to hear it halfway through the tunnel.
And in fact, one of my funny moments actually happened in that tunnel, which we'll talk about a bit later on. But not the one that we were talking about just before. But while we're talking about farts, actually, the investigation, we were down Albany a couple of weeks ago, and we were down there for the weekend, and I've been going through all the footage, and I actually caught myself on film doing something I shouldn't have done. But it was one of those light-hearted moments where shit had been going on, everything gone quiet for a little bit, and we were all starting to walk out, and I knew I had to go. I had to break wind. So I was like, "Whoa, what was that? Stop, what was that? What was that?" And everybody was like, dead silence, and they went, and they were all like, "Oh, no, you shouldn't have done that." But the problem was, as we started to walk out, something massive happened behind, like doors got slammed from behind, and there was nobody there. And I'm actually filming this way, and I've got the look of shock on people's faces as they look behind me, and I've swung around. Problem is now, because we've captured that, I have to leave the fart in the video. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense.
Oh, what was that? Shh. Shh.
Oh, you we were all so excited.
So was I.
The looks on everybody's faces in this camera now are very unimpressed. What was that? That was a door. I've got the goosebumps now.
What's a fart between friends, really?
Yeah, well, and everybody on YouTube, but you know, it is what it is. We all fart. Anybody who says they don't is lying. But
well, it's easy. The next time we actually have an investigation, I'm going to play Guess the Fart.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Oh no.
Yes. So if you can guess what it's going to sound like before I do it, I'll give you something. I don't know, high five or, you know, something.
I don't think that's a fair trade right there.
You know Heidi and all them, they actually do that. They go, guess the fart, and then you'll go, or whatever, and then she drops one, and whoever's got the closest wins.
Oh man, that's crazy.
It's terrible when you're in a room full and everybody's playing the game because it bloody stinks.
It's all right. I win.
Oh, on the lines of farts, because you know, I don't know how many people could relate within the paranormal field, right?
Everybody. They're lying if they say no.
Well, I mean, what would you do though? Like, per se, you're on an investigation. You think, oh, I'm going to get someone. You do a sneaky fart and touch cloth. Do you tell anyone? Do you ask for help, or do you just disappear?
What you mean about touching cloth? Like
exactly that.
You know, you shit yourself.
Oh, when you shart.
You shart.
Follow through.
Turtleneck it.
Clear the throat. Touch cloth.
Blow the monkey.
Meerkat.
Honestly,
Prairie dog.
I think I would excuse myself. I mean, that's just, you know, like if you're in a certain location, which brings up my next story right now. I just thought about it.
We haven't even got one in yet, and he's already on his second.
Oh man, no.
But would you let anyone know, or would you tell them afterwards, or you just be like, shh?
No, I mean, I would definitely not let nobody know.
You do realize we're almost halfway into.
I gotta take this phone call, and I just did.
We are almost halfway into this episode, and we haven't got off farts yet.
That's all right. Then we're on poos now.
That's the next.
Do you know what? See, I'm the polar opposite, Fernando. I would have to laugh at it myself because A, it was going to be a funny moment because you farted, and B, it's even funnier because you've just gone one extra effort more than you should have.
That happened to a guy that I used to work with. We used to work in this we had the central. It was all open plan office and everything, and our compartment is right in the middle. And myself and one of the other guys, he knows what's coming. Were like the gatekeepers to the room. Yeah, and because our desks were right near the entrance, there's only one way in and one way out. And there was this guy Pete, and he's renowned for dropping his guts and making people actually quite sick because they're really potent, his things. And he comes up with different ways to do these farts all the time. He tries to make an art out of being a master farter. And yeah, he there was this one day. I know this isn't anything to do with the paranormal, but it's got to be said. He decided. Have you ever heard of the airstrike, Fernando?
No. What is that?
He comes running in the office, jumps up in the air with his ass pointed at somebody's face, and farts in their face. And as he does the fart, he goes, "Airstrike!" But as he did this fart, he was probably a foot off the ground, so he got some good air. But then what happened was, mid-fart, his face went from... He landed, ran straight out between me and Mark, the other guy on the... Disappeared for 45 minutes and came back with another pair of pants on. And we go, what happened? What happened? And he didn't want to say, but we made him say, and he goes, "I shit myself." He actually shit himself in the middle of the office, in midair.
Oh my god!
So when he landed, I don't know how far that shit went, but he had to get in his car.
Oh my god!
Obviously, squished it all down while he was on the seat of his car. Drive to the big shopping centre, Carousel Shopping Centre, which is massive. It's like a Westfield shopping centre. Walking through, not knowing if it's running down the back of his leg, if he's got a big stain on the back of his pants.
What if
And
his commando just
Holy
went down his
crap.
leg and into the sock?
that's a possibility. It's a possibility. But anyway, that's the main farty one for me. So I think we better get back to the paranormal investigation stuff. But that was one that had to be said while we were talking about farts. The LDS
All
right?
right. I got one. And it was about, the whole sharding thing. Just bring it up. So I don't know about you guys, but I find certain people who, who claim to be paranormal investigators, right? You see this all over YouTube and stuff. Everything is a demon. Everything is a demon,
Yeah.
right?
Don't get me started.
So I was with I believe there was two friends, could possibly be three, but then another one of my friends had two other people with them. So they wanted to tag along, and they were like, so they know about the life, right? So we actually went to a cemetery, which would be undisclosed also. And we were all sitting around a couple of headstones, and we were all really quiet and stuff. So all of a sudden, a really bad smell came about. So one of the guys that the tag alonger, he was like,
Bigfoot.
"You guys, do you smell that? You guys, do you smell that?"
Smells like sulfur.
And then somebody else was like, "It smells like rotten eggs." and then as soon as the other one, the guy, he goes like, "I think it's a demon." And then right after that, my friend goes like, "No, it was me." Deadly but silent. Silent but deadly.
Is that one of those ones where it's like, I'm asking for a friend, but it wasn't really asking for a friend? Is that one of those ones?
No, well, I mean, I don't know these two other dudes. They just tagged along because they were friends with my friend.
It's funny how
So,
you talk about two dudes. Now we're going to get off the farts for at least for a moment anyway. And I was talking to Fernando about this one earlier, but we're going to refer to it as an undisclosed location, which is a power station in South Fremantle. So you can probably work out roughly whereabouts we're talking. Now, it involves 4 members of the public. And when you hear this story, if you are one of those people, please make a comment and say hello, because we want to say hello to you so badly. This is one of those places where you can't wear your team shirts. You've got to go in ninja style, if you know what I mean. Covertly, yeah. So we went in, and I mean, this is a location where there've been 4 murders and at least 10 suicides that we know of up to that point. I don't know if there have been more since. Now, back then you could just walk straight in. The fence was always over, so you could just walk straight in, climbing through. There was no glass in there, all the windows were out, so you just climb in and then you do your investigation. Now, there was some really serious paranormal activity in there. The energy levels were off the charts because there was a live substation next door, so there was plenty of energy for spirits to manifest themselves. So we used to like going there quite regularly. And on this particular night, it was a stormy night. I think we got the tail end of a cyclone coming through. And what happened was we were up on the top floor doing our stuff, all under night vision. May I add, no torches. It was all night vision stuff. And we heard these voices outside. And we were like, oh, shit, who's this? So we walked up to the window, the glassless windows where you can just stick your head straight out and have a look and see. And there were these 2 teenage boys and these 2 teenage girls. The boys were big noting themselves about how they were right into ghost hunting and things like that, and they're fearless and everything, and they've climbed in through the same window that we get in because it's the only one you can get into this area from. And excuse me, and we could, as blokes, we could tell exactly what they were doing. They were trying to impress the girls, so they got a little bit of fruity tooty, yeah. And there were all this
Make it
talk.
sound like they're Elton John.
Whatever. But anyway, what we were doing is we were listening because we just, we were totally in the dark. We had night vision. We could see everything. They couldn't because they had these ridiculously useless little torches that could barely light up their feet. And they hit that big grand staircase in the building, which is very impressive. I've got a couple of photos on the WAPA page somewhere. Yeah, it like goes up and then it comes around and up, and it's massive. And at the top of one of the landings, there's a door off to the right. Now we were just inside that room, and the guys were coming up and they were like, "Yeah, we ain't afraid of no ghosts." And I thought, "Oh God, they're quoting Ghostbusters," and these girls were sucked right in, and they were listening to it all, and they were taking it all in, and we thought, "This can't happen. This can't happen." And they started to walk towards the door where we were, and I couldn't help it. I just couldn't help it. So I walked right up to the edge of the door in the darkness, because obviously got my night vision gear. And he's coming through, and I mean, like I said, he can't even see his own feet. And he's talking this talk. And as he's walked through the door, I'm about this close to him, and he can't see me. And I go, "G'day." He fucking shit himself. Sorry, I'm going to have to beep that. But he screamed with such a pitch that I don't know if that pitch actually exists anywhere on the musical scale. I reckon dogs would have heard that from like 3 suburbs away. It was that. And these girls, like, they screamed as well because he was... And when one screams, the other one screams, and that screams more, and it's like a crescendo, building. And these 2 girls sort of packed out halfway through, but the guys were still screaming. We just lost our crap laughing. Once they sort of came back down and their heart rates came down below 200, we started talking, and they asked what we were doing, and we told them, we're paranormal investigators, and that was it. The girls were, because we had women in the group as well, and the girls were following us around for the rest of the night, so these 2 blokes' chances of getting lucky completely went straight out of that window. Nope. Even when we left, the girls go, "Yeah, we better go too." These 2 guys were just left there swinging.
Oh man!
So you may at some point.
They call it was probably going to have to get muted, but that move is called the paranormal cock block.
LLC it. I'd trademark that right there.
That was such a good night. So if you guys are actually watching this episode and you remember that, please say hello, because we want to find out, did they ever get lucky? It's an unfinished story that we just need to get some closure on.
Some answers.
Yeah,
for sure.
That was an absolute pisser for us. We actually lost our crap laughing. And then there was this other one, which goes back to the tunnel that Jeremy was talking about earlier. And I don't know, sometimes when you go out on an investigation and you just don't feel it, and you just feel like being totally silly for the night. It does happen.
Most of them.
It does happen. And we rolled up at the tunnel, which is it's a good place, especially for newbies and things like that, because it's not super active. But I mean, it's not good if Jeremy wants to do his farting and stuff like that. But there is a lot of activity there.
No.
And
Thank you, not. There can be a lot of activity.
And Jeremy has the wedding photos to prove it.
Oh yeah, I got to find them actually.
Yeah, he's got a corker of a photo which actually ties in with photos that Lynn got the first time she went to the tunnel.
If I can find it and get it to you, chuck it in here by all means. That's cool.
Yep. I will. I'll have to find it.
And just keep in mind, and just for people to keep in mind that we were the only ones there that time of day, except for our photographer.
Yeah.
And he was in front of us.
Yeah. I think Fernando's seen the photo. If not, you'll blow your mind when you see it. But we were just rolling up there. It was about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and we thought, we'd stay there for a couple of hours and just do some experimentation with some of these different machines, because a couple of guys got some new tech that they wanted to test out. And we noticed there was a couple of cars parked in the car park. So as we're walking, because it's a 700 meters, so what's that, 750, 800 yards, I'm not sure exactly. It's about that from the car park through the bush, and then you come up through this little valley thing, little tight valley, and then there's this railway tunnel, and we could hear voices. So we just stayed quiet. And like we always walk up there, well, we used to walk up there quite regularly just with night vision gear on, because we didn't want to disturb them. You can watch the kangaroos and things like that. I mean, we use torches more now, but back then we used to use night vision gear. And we heard these voices inside the tunnel. There was people about halfway down. So we stopped short of actually going into the tunnel because there are a lot of stones in there. And as with what Jeremy was saying is the echo in that tunnel is ridiculous. So as soon as you walk in there, it sounds like 300 Spartans are coming running in the tunnel at the end, and it can be that noisy, but it's really good if you sit yourselves down in the middle and you're all quiet and then you do an EVP session. It's really good for stuff like that. But we heard these
Look
guys.
at your face.
we heard these guys, right?
Oh, hang on, wait, Gary. We got to the Spartans and you froze.
Oh, did I? Yeah, it makes a lot of noise. It makes a lot of noise.
We both froze, but I was in a horrible position. I was like,
I'll have to go back and watch that when I put this video together because everything was working for me. Well, I wasn't paying any attention to you, to tell you the truth. I was just looking at the camera.
So you're saying,
So I don't know what you were
noises
froze
while
on.
you were
I don't know what you were froze on, but okay, Spartans.
So-
Yeah, a lot of noise and everything like that. So we stopped short and we could hear these guys going. There were girls there as well. If you're there, can you make a noise to show us you're here? So I went, I can't resist. Whoa. Like, oh, I heard that. Can you do that again? Oh my god! And they're getting so excited by it. I know it's cruel and I shouldn't do this as a paranormal investigator, but as a bloke, you've got to have a fucking laugh sometimes. Sorry, I swore again. That's 2 beeps I've got to put in.
That's
anyway.
$1 for the jar.
And then they go, oh, this is so active. Can you throw a rock to show us that you're here? Nothing? No. Can you throw a rock like this? And they throw this little pebble. And then I found the biggest bunch of rocks in my life. And I threw the shit out of them. And they're going, can you throw it? I don't know how fast they were running, but I just saw a torchlight going. They actually ran out of the wrong side of the tunnel, out into the middle of the John Forrest National Park. We never saw them again. They didn't come back. So it's like 3 times as long to walk around the outside, and they walked all the way around the outside. I was cruel that night, but damn, we had a laugh.
So talking about I thought you were going to tell the other story about that tunnel with the other people in there.
Oh, well, there's that one as well. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one as the.
Yes. Yeah.
oh man.
Okay. Same tunnel. It's actually probably a good story to finish on because we're just about out of time. Same tunnel. Again, there were people in there when we got there. We weren't in quite as amusing a mood this time. We just wanted to go in and actually do some investigative stuff. So we walked in. Obviously, you can't sneak up on anybody in this tunnel because it makes a hell of a racket. And there's these 4 people sat down just to the as we're walking into the right side of the tunnel. And as we're getting closer and closer, obviously torches, they're all wearing red. Okay, this is interesting. And we could hear this. There was this chanting and stuff going on, and I go, okay, let's shine my big bright torch on them, which is nothing compared to Jeremy's torch, which is, I'm not comparing torches, but and they were actually red robes, and we thought, oh shit no, we got to keep going. So we kept walking in. And when we got to a couple of meters away from them, all this chanting stopped. And they were just all face down, so you couldn't see their faces. They just had their heads down. They were devil worshippers. They were actually doing a sacrifice in the tunnel right? Jeremy knows what's coming. Now, obviously, they were obviously either vegan devil worshippers, vegetarian devil worshippers, or work experience devil worshippers, because their sacrifice was a bucket of KFC, original recipe, I do believe.
You should have waited that 3 seconds and Fernando would have spat his drink everywhere.
So we're walking past and there's the big bucket on the little, and they're throwing the bits on the fire. So they've obviously saved themselves a couple for snacks later on. And I went, "G'day guys, having any luck?" That, and I was all like, "Yeah." So we walked past them. It was about 5 or 6 of us. We walked past them, and we stopped at the other end of the tunnel. Figured we'd give them some space. They didn't finish theirs. Either they were finished and they were eating their KFC, or they hadn't finished and they just up and left in the middle of the ceremony, which is apparently just as bad. You got to finish something when you start, otherwise you've left some sort of portal open. You know what I mean? So the KFC monster was probably chasing them for life. So this big demon's going, "Oh, it's finger licking good," And that's probably the noise that they were making, because they just disappeared. And we funny enough, we didn't actually hear them disappear, so they must have flown or floated away, because we didn't hear any
Needless to say,
footsteps.
Gary got a bucket of chicken.
No, they took it with them, the bastards. Could have at least had a snack out of it.
You can tell they weren't islanders, because islanders don't throw chicken away.
Well,
I'm gonna say one thing. If you just told a story that people could brainstorm and try and market a restaurant through that way, because that is the funniest freaking story I've ever heard.
It's true.
A bucket of chicken they were trying to.
It is 100% true. I can guarantee you that.
That movie's called The Colonel's Sacrifice.
The fingers of licking.
Oh
good.
my god.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but that is the most funniest story. But what a bunch of idiots! Like, what were they trying to summon?
Well, at least that
I
was.
don't know. I don't know. Well, Jeremy might know. I mean, it's not the Pastafarian monster, whatever they call it, or
It's the spaghetti monster in the sky, mate.
that's the one. Yeah, completely different religion. Some giant
Pastafarian.
I mean, in all honesty, you know what KFC looks like. They could be summoning any bloody thing. You just don't know. You ask for a whole chicken, it's got 6 legs and no wings. It's just, what kind of chicken is that?
That's for sure. That's for sure.
But yeah, that was one of the funny ones. That was one of the really funny ones that we had. And there's so many more. You have funny. There was a funny moment. Okay, I know we've got to go, but there's this funny moment where. This was early in the piece. Wappa was only a couple of years old, so this is 12, 13 years ago, something like that. And I tried to put a video together, and I wanted to interview each of the members about what they thought of this particular night. And one of the guys, well, it was in pairs, and this guy, I won't mention his name, but he was a pommy bloke, and he started talking about, it was really good, and it was really good to get. He started talking about some orbs and things like that, and I don't get into the orb talk, but he was talking about orbs and things like that, and he goes, and we got a few cold spots and everything. He goes, it was a really good night, and then it jumped to the girl that I was interviewed at the same time as him, and she was a member for a little while, but she left, and she started talking about and that and she goes, and talking about the cold spots, and she goes, better than wet spots. And
I know that person.
And it continues on from that, and then when they started talking about the blue orbs and whatever, she goes, it's better than a red one. You could tell that the two of them were going down some deep dark dive of because they started giggling and everything.
It's the same people that laughed at the cheese sausage. Crumb chicken cheese sausage.
Oh my god. Oh man. We should do more of these episodes more often, because that is a great way to start off a Friday morning for me.
I'll finish on this one. It's not even I'll see if I can find the video, and I will put the video in here. This was one of the first times we went down to Albany. This was with like more not the actual original WAPA members, but pretty close to original WAPA members. Now, our psychic at the time was a lady by the name of Ali, and she was, well, I don't know, we don't talk now, but she was one hell of a psychic. I mean, you know, you test them out and whatever. She was the real deal, because I took it to people that I knew, my old sensei and everything. We went and had dinner at their house, and she, because the lady that he was partnered with in his business, she was really interested, and she's got a very spiritual background. And she gave this pouch to her, and she said, describe what's in it, because I just want to see how close you are. And she started talking about these weirdest things like eagle feathers and an owl and something like, I don't know what it was, something spiritual, some sort of whatever. And then she said to Ali, open it up. So she opened this thing up, and inside it was a wooden box. And then you opened up the wooden box. Inside the wooden box was another pouch. And then you open up the pouch, and inside that was an eagle's claw, an eagle's feather or something like that. And what is in Aboriginal culture, I believe, or some sort of thing like that, an ectoplasmic type discharge which is solidified. So she was bang on, right? Now, she didn't know these people. I'm the one that knew these people, so she wouldn't have had any kind of idea of what was in it. And then there was a bag inside a box inside another bag, so there's no way she can feel what they were. So she was legit the real deal. There was one slight issue with Ali, and it's not a bad thing, but when she laughed, she snorted. When she snorted, snort after snort after snort after snort, which set us off laughing, which made her snort more, which made us laugh more. And we just about all nearly died in this car this one time, because we were going up to the fort on the top of up in Albany, the tunnels and everything. And this guy comes down to get his $5 from everybody to go in, and he's on a little gopher. And she just said it reminded her of the guy from Despicable Me or something like that. And she absolutely lost her... I don't know, I haven't seen it. Lost her crap laughing, and that was it. We were gone for 15 minutes solid, and I still do have that video somewhere.
She's gonna take it inside. We know that. Oh shit, I can't see again. Oh no. She's gonna oh shit.
I've seen it all now.
Oh shit, my God. He's a bikie man, he'll kick your ass if you don't. If you do more than 5 kilometres an hour, he'll chase you on that thing.
Like on Despicable Me when he's on the old thingy.
Oh man, this is going to be the shakiest bit of video I've ever done.
The dog takes it. Oh,
To your own.
Please.
What's he doing?
Oh no, don't.
I don't know if we'll let the video here or not.
Mate, I will give you $20 if I can have a crack on that thing. your scooter.
We were all literally in tears at the end of it, and that was a great day. That was. So, you know, you never know where that little bit of humour is going to come from. Ever.
Oh yeah, and it's very much needed. And it's very much needed. It's very much needed.
Well,
everybody gets so tense sometimes during an investigation. You know,
You tell Gary it's very much needed when I'm getting told to shh, I'm trying to do something.
It depends on timing as well, though. You know.
Oh yeah,
Like
timing is very
important.
important. Timing, because you always try to be professional at all times during investigations.
Oh,
But
look,
sometimes,
with these investigations, that's not at people's houses. This is just public,
Oh
undisclosed
yes. No.
locations.
Well, if we're doing
yeah.
if we're doing a residential, man, there's no farting, there's nothing. You
No.
hold that thing in
Well,
until you go
for
purple in
sure,
the face.
for sure. But what I'm talking about is that even going to places, I've been to a lot of, as you guys know, I've been to a lot of abandoned places, and you do try to keep a certain posture about the whole investigation, but sometimes, the I guess you have to read the room.
Yes.
Read the room and see how everything is feeling, because the worst thing you could do is try to be funny at the worst moment, like especially when activity picks up and you just try and be funny.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than dropping a fart expecting everybody to giggle like we would, and there's this one person that goes, "I am not amused." It's
We don't have anyone in our group like that though, so we're all right.
no, we've luckily our group are very much, they have the right etiquette for fart humor. The average mental age of about 8.
6.
So
Oh my god, you guys said the same, like pretty much the same age. 6, 8.
I'm glad that you're great with numbers, Fernando, and it wasn't the exact same number.
Oh no!
What I meant to say, single digits.
No hablo
You guys
inglés.
yeah, you guys said a single digit.
We did. It was completely different digit,
Well,
but we
that
did say
gives-
single
look,
digits.
That gives us a chance with 1 through 9, so we're doing all right.
Yeah, so long as we can count them on my fingers and my toes. Well, actually, that gives me up to 20.
If you run out of fingers and toes, I've got mine here. I'll kick my shoes
I've
off.
just got to take my shoes and socks off. So yes, I am limited to not so much. Anyway, on that, I think we are. You know what it's like. Everybody that watches this show, by the time we're at the end of the show, it really starts to slide into a dangerous place, and we're starting to slide into the danger. We started at a dangerous place with fart humor, and it just went down from there. But
There's only one way down, and that's flushed. So
yeah. So on that, it's flushy time. So until next time, take it easy, guys.
take it easy.
Have a good one.